Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Rant Booth exclusively on A2DRadio.com. It's Super Wild Card weekend. Eagles playoffs, playing Tampa, 90 minutes to kick off. We got John Coyle. We got myself,
What's up,
Rob
guys?
Brinkman. We got Brian Quast.
Brad
Quast. Brad Quast.
Get it right.
Oh, man, I'm too excited.
You're too cold. Look at you, freezing.
You're freezing out here.
I'm still cold from yesterday. Brad, but it's going to heat up here throughout the time. We're taking 90 minutes to kick off. We're down here at all campus, Ocean City Boardwalk, 10th and 11th Street. Not officially open for business, but come on in, rant with us, hang out, buy some hats. We'll take care of you. A2D members, 20% off. You get a hat in hand, play some cornhole, make 4 shots, get an additional 40% off between 10th and 11th Street. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitter. We're live on Periscope. We're live on Instagram. You miss anything here on A2D Radio, stream us wherever you get your podcast. Spreaker, Spotify, Google Play, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Takeover Talk, 2022, the year of A2D Radio. Keep it locked right here. We're going to have big news. Big news after big news after big news. We got Brad join the show for the Eagles pregame. He's all kinds of cool stories. It was fascinating to talk to him before the show. He's the equipment police in the NFL. He's at all the Baltimore home games. He's going to give us great insight on both the Eagles, the NFL in general. He's a former player, so he knows what's going on with the X's and O's, the ins and outs, the player's mentality, bringing it right here to the Rant Booth. Lock it right in here for the next 90 minutes. Eagles pregame show. Whew.
There we
it's
go.
Time.
It's
time. It's time, baby. It's time. I'm excited. I'm cold. I'm jacked up on Monster. Like we're ready to go here. Let's get to our poll question. Our poll question brought to you by FanUp, the best way to enjoy fantasy sports. Only in the Apple App Store. Great giveaways. A2D promo code $50 free. Still plenty of time. They got NBA. They got NFL. I'm sure they'll have more. They're a growing company just like A2D. Our poll question today: the Philadelphia Eagles will defeat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers down in Tampa. Now look.
Here we go.
Look. I'm all jacked up on Monster, caffeine, the whole deal. I would love.
There
There you go. He's jacked up too. You get the Eagles green on. You got the Eagles coffee cup. I love it. I would love to come on here and just sink my teeth in and tell the people.
Don't make us cry.
Why?
Don't make us cry.
The Eagles are going to go down to Raymond James Stadium and beat the GOAT once again in the playoffs and break his heart too. Unfortunately, I don't see it happening.
There's the truth, Bob.
Listen, we can pull out the blueprint, and if they follow it, maybe they got a shot.
Maybe.
There you go.
Okay?
Maybe.
We'll talk about how they can do it, but the question is, will they execute?
Brad, I'm trying to, and this is where I need the people, because sometimes when I have to be, you're the equipment police. Sometimes you got to write people up, give them some fines. I like to check the Eagles fans on their optimism a little bit sometimes.
Yes,
I'm a pragmatic realist when it comes to this time. If I think they're going to win, I'll come down here. I'll hoot and holler. I'll tell you this, that, and the other. This is why they're going to win. I am struggling to find an angle that I can sink my teeth into and tell you why the Eagles are going to beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I can't do it. This is where I need the help of Johnny Coyle. I need to have help of you, Brad. And I need the help of the people in the comments. And we're going to get to all your comments here. Sell me on why my Philadelphia Eagles can go down there to Tampa and win this football game. I'm going to kick it to Brad right here. Do you agree, disagree with the poll? Why or why not? I got some notes right here in front of me. And I'll just kind of jump in if Johnny or Brad or someone in the comments tickles my fancy.
Okay,
and hits one of my points.
Okay. I haven't heard that from my mom back about 30 years ago. Tickle my fancy. So
I'm an old
the
school
deal.
guy, Brad.
Who's going to win the battle? Eagles number 1 in rushing, number 3, Bucks number 3 against the rush defense. That's going to be a great matchup to watch. Who wins that battle? Who's going to turn the ball over? The Eagles have to stay. The Eagles have to stay in 2nd and 3, 2nd and 4. They can't get behind the chains in 3rd and 10. 2nd and 10. They got to stay out of those situations. If they do, they have a chance. They got a chance. And then the best offense is to keep Brady or best defense is keep Brady on the
There it
sidelines
is.
running the ball.
Yes.
So time of possession is huge. They have to probably have 3-1 time possession over the Bucs.
Yeah.
And if they do that, they have a chance as well. So those are the kind of the main things for the Eagles to have a shot, and we'll know that real early in the first half.
Going to put you on the spot, Brad. Agree or disagree? Will the Eagles defeat the Bucs?
The Eagles will not defeat the Bucs. They won't.
Okay.
They're not going to win today. I want to be a homer, and I'm here, in Philly, and I love this excitement, but the Bucs will win today. The Bucs will win. So
I unfortunately I'm gonna have to disagree. Also, I don't see a path to victory. What you were saying though about keeping Brady on the sidelines, that's the only chance we have. We need to limit his possessions. Only way we do that is not stopping them and getting them off the field. It's literally getting first downs. That's the only way we're going to stop Tom Brady. Our defense is not going to do it. It needs to be our offense, which is kind of crazy to say, but it needs to be our offense.
Guys, now, the Birds are 0-6 against playoff teams.
Right.
0-6.
Yep.
And 0-7, if you want to throw that Chargers game in there. They had a winning record but didn't make the playoffs.
The reality is, they had a nice year, a nice bounce back. Beginning of the year, they want to fire the coach. They want to get rid of the GM, get rid of Jalen.
Yep.
They're 0-6 against playoff teams. That's not good.
No, and you're right. Yeah, 100% correct. And that leads to the mentality that this team had all year of at least coming back from adversity and showing a little bit of heart and being able to squeeze into the playoffs with that low record. Now, I want to ask you a question as a former player. What is going on in this locker room an hour before kickoff? What is the coach's staff saying? What are the players saying? What's the routine? What's happening right now in the locker room?
Well, right now, everybody has the mentality. You saw they got to get that Dallas loss. That was horrendous.
Right.
Everybody goes back. I personally love that they rested some of their vets. They rested a lot of their older guys. That's great, but to get their butt kicked like they did against the stinking Cowboys too, to come in and kick your ass like that, that's not good.
Right.
So you got to get rid of that. And hopefully the coaching staff and they have a leader, some veterans on the offensive side of the ball, particular line, said, hey guys, let's get rid of this and move on. And now it's the playoff time. So it's almost like you turn the switch off, for the season. And now it's a brand new game and your whole mindset changes just when you start practicing on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and it's a different mindset, from the fact that you're, everybody has a shot, and the coaches even talk that it's just you have a different bounce in your step at the Wachovia, or not Wachovia Center, the practice facility. So you just want to play, and you have that ticket to the dance, and that's all you can ask.
100% correct. Now,
so they're traveling. They're traveling. It's a business trip down to Florida. The weather's bad. They're rallying. They're taking that underdog mentality. They got the dog hats. I saw all week on TV. So they're going to rally the troops, and they're going to hey, Tom Brady. You'll probably say some choice words about the GOAT.
Yeah.
So
my needle. I'm already changing my mind. What happened? All three of us. All three of us disagree. All three of us disagree. I know. I thought the Chiefs was going to stand alone with this. I thought they were going to come in all eagled up, and I was going to be the crumb. Being the Eagles are going to lose. Have to be the voice of reason. My needle's already moving. Brad, you watch NBC and ESPN and all these jabrones on TV. I think they know what they're talking about. Every single time they have a unanimous selection. What happens, Johnny Coyle?
Always goes the opposite way.
Always goes the other way. So A2D Radio, Rant Booth, pregame show. All three of us have the Bucs. My needle's already moving towards the Eagles, baby. Already moving.
I'm going to change my prediction. Can I change my prediction?
Get it in there.
We do official predictions at the end of the show. Yep, we let off with this. Now we're going to talk it out, and maybe we'll all change our mind. Now, by the time the show ends, we'll probably all be on the Eagles and Tampa.
Oh, no doubt.
So The comments are flying in. Tom Arnone's in the house. Shock the world. A lot of shock the world.
Shock the world talk.
27-24 Eagles. I like that, Tom.
There you go.
It's going to be close, but I think we pull it off. Now, this is not an unclimbable mountain, even though we all disagreed to the poll.
Right.
Like, of all the underdogs this week, I think the Niners are going to win outright later today. We'll get to some other games and some other things that happened yesterday a little bit later on the show. I think the Niners are a stone lock as a dog. But past that, like, this is not an unclimbable mountain. Like, we sort of laid out a blueprint with Brad with keeping Brady, limiting the possessions.
Yep.
One thing I'm not buying in to is this weather. I understand it's going to be windy, but it's not going to be raining. And I actually kind of think the weather hurts a one-dimensional football team like the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's face it. We do not have Tom Brady as our quarterback. We do not have Patrick Mahomes as our quarterback and Jalen Hurts. This guy does not have elite arm strength. That's not what makes him an NFL quarterback. We saw what happened, what was it, a month ago when we went up to the Meadowlands and it was cold and it was windy and Jalen Hurts couldn't make a throw to save his life and the Eagles lost to the stinky, rotten New York Giants and made this 7 seed almost evaporate before our very eyes. So I think the wind actually might hurt the Eagles more than Tampa Bay because Tom Brady, he's played in everything. He's played in Foxborough for 20 years. Cold, wind, snow, tuck rule, blizzards, Adam Vinatieri, kicking him to start him back in 01.
Faces the GOAT. Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Jalen, they just have to run the ball in play action, and then they'll, get their tight ends more active in the game, and they have a shot. But you're right; he can't throw the ball downfield, especially with the conditions. Right. Without the conditions, he doesn't throw the ball downfield well. So they just have to. I think they're going to have to run the ball, and if they don't hand the ball off, 35, 40 times, something's wrong today.
Oh, they need to be more. You're right. Yeah. They need to be more.
Right. You obviously you're in attendance for a lot of NFL football games. I don't know how long you've been doing your equipment gig, but you've obviously played at big time collegiate and NFL football. Like in 2022, can that formula win in the playoffs, running the ball 40 times a game and maybe only throwing it 15, 20 times a game? Because everybody wants to throw it. Everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants to score points.
Absolutely. It still gets down to blocking and tackling. If you can run the ball and they have to put, it's all about personnel. 22 personnel is two running backs, 2 tight ends. It's such a chess. People don't understand that it's a chess match. With up in the box and on the field of who's the personnel and where's my weak link. And that's what Brady's so good at, finding where he's going to go. He comes up to the line of scrimmage. He knows exactly who's throwing the ball, who's going to be open because of a receiver on a linebacker, a slot guy, an X guy on a safety. So he knows
where he's seen all the defenses.
Yeah, he knows already. And that's what the good quarterbacks do that. If you run the ball, they have to bring another safety up in the box to stop you. That opens up a pass. So it's just cat and mouse. So, but you have to establish run. If they don't respect your running game, like that's why with Derek Henry, when he was out, it kills him. When you have to respect that running back, they put a guy in the box. The safety comes down inside the box, and guess what? The tight end's open, or the X receiver's open. So it's a huge factor. It really is.
So going into the game, my philosophy is 100% you got to run the ball, but I'm looking at more. I think we need to do a little bit opposite of what is the norm. If we're going to throw the ball, I want to throw the ball early on first downs. I want to do the play action and take my shots on first downs. I know that's a little bit unconventional and might put us behind the sticks per se. I think we just got to take those chances, and the time that we're going to be able to hit those chances are going to be on the times where they're not expecting it.
Exactly.
Is there any truth to that?
Yeah, no, you hit the nail on the head. That's exactly what we have to do. Not only is it take those chances, but it's in the personnel grouping. So when we bring in our 3 tight end set, 2 tight ends, that's when we throw the ball. They think we're going to run the ball. That's where we have a pass situation. We do a play action out of that. When we have a 10, a 1 running back and no tight ends, and we have 3 wideouts, that's when we run the ball. So, they think we're going to pass, we're going to run. So it's going to be a chess game with the coordinators, and that's how because we're not going to overpower. And quite frankly, they're pretty athletic in the back end.
Especially their linebackers.
Oh man,
their linebackers can fly. Yeah, they can get sideline to sideline.
Yeah, they run, and so running with tight ends for us is no problem for them. They're going to cover our tight ends in the seam. They can cover running backs out of the backfield. So they're pretty athletic on the back end.
All right, getting some comments here. Maria McCabe, one of our favorites. Check us out on Facebook. She agrees. She's got the Eagles winning today. If you don't agree, then you're a hater.
All right.
Here, 27-24 Eagles win.
Yeah,
I love being the villain. So if you want to call me a hater,
boy.
I had everyone attacking me last night because I was hating on the Sixers.
Like a little bit of villain, right?
You have to, especially here in Philadelphia. We love the villain here.
Oh, I love it. I love it. How am I like? If I was a wrestler, and we have wrestling shows here on A2D, we had 19 shows here on A2D Radio. We got something for everyone, but I'm the guy that always roots for the
You're
bad
the heel.
guy.
You're the heel.
Well, so we got to talk about that. I went to the best wrestling school in the country.
Yeah, Iowa.
University of Iowa, Dan.
There you go. Yes, it was.
I know Terry and Tom Brands really well, and so been some great matches there.
Dan Shyrock, the running game will be number one reason, along with getting turnovers on the Bucs. Dan, you just hit the nail right on the head.
Yeah.
Hit one of my points. Tom Brady, 15 interceptions this year. 15. That's his most in 11 years. So this year, for the most times in 11 years, Tom Brady could potentially give it up. And the Eagles have a great cornerback in Darius Slay, who got absolutely robbed out of an All-Pro selection.
Yes, he did.
Absolutely robbed out of an All-Pro. Right? It's a disgrace that he's not an All-Pro.
It's it's a popularity contest.
I understand that. But
that whole voting thing is crazy.
Yep.
In man-to-man coverage this year, according to Pro Football Focus, Darius Slay allowed a QBR of 5.3.
Nuts. Absolutely nuts.
Slightly better than Carson Wentz's QBR last week against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Thank God that loser isn't here anymore. But that's besides the point.
You're not a big Carson fan, huh?
Apparently not.
Well, not after last week. Thank God he's not here. Good God, that's brutal. That's a brutal loss. But Deebo Samuel, week 3, 6 yards against Darius Slay. Mike Evans, week 6, 35 yards receiving. The list goes on and on about the guys that he's shut down this year. And for him not to be an All-Pro is a joke.
Yes.
Darius Slay will 1,000% have an interception today. Mark it down, book it. I don't know if they have those kinds of props on DraftKings. You probably can. Maybe you're checking us out from Vegas.
Find everything on PropKings.
Oh yeah.
I think Darius Slay gets a pick today. Maybe you throw in a little bet. Maybe it's a pick 6.
I do think he's going to take it a little bit personal today. And hey, let's face it, they don't have many wide receivers out there, right?
No.
They're a little thin out there.
They are thin.
So he could maybe take advantage of this, and you're right. Maybe shut down one half of that offensive field for Brady. If he can shut that down, and we can really focus on doubling Gronk, maybe, and shutting him down, who knows?
Listen, a lockdown corner like he's able to do, and you can do that defensively, opens up so many schemes for you. And and key to Fletcher Cox. He's got to have a huge day today.
Hargrove and Cox have got to play today.
Fletcher's got to play. He's got to get pressure on Brady. And I think they got to move him. They got to do more techs and Ted stunts with him, which means tackle around end, and they got to get him active. And if he gets pressure on Brady up the middle and gets in front of him, I think some good things will happen. See, I'm already changing my mind.
There it is.
That's what happens. You talk it out. Smart guy, be smart people on the air, smart people in the comments. You talk it out. Then you do your official prediction at the end of the show.
I might lean the different way now.
Brad, I have an X and O question for you. Because obviously I don't think the Eagles have a chance to win this football game if you don't win the turnover battle.
Right.
That means Jalen Hurts can't turn the football over, and you got to force Brady to make mistakes, which is way easier said than done, even though I just laid out how many picks he's had compared to years past. Brady has been susceptible throughout his career when he struggled to blitzes up the middle. Because what Tom Brady likes to do, he likes to step up in the pocket and then fire the ball down the field. What do you think about now? It's tough today because Josh Sweat, for those of you who are just joining us and don't have up-to-date injury information. Josh Sweat is not going to play football today.
Big out.
He will be inactive.
That hurt. Yep.
Yeah.
We paid him. He answered the bell after I was critical of the contract extension. He's been great down the stretch. He will not play today. So this might be a little tough to do. What do you think about a 5-2 front with bringing like 6 guys consistently with TJ Edwards, blitzing the A or B gap and getting after Brady that way?
Yeah, I think you're going to have to you're right. He has trouble up the middle, and when people are in front of him, he struggles a little bit. When you blitz, your man coverage, and he can pick us apart. So we have to disguise it where we come up to the line of scrimmage, and it's either a delayed blitz where he doesn't know and give it away, where the corners are up tight on the receivers, and he goes, okay, a blitz is coming. He knows who's going to be open. Somehow or another, we have to get, maybe the corner comes off the end. But if we play man coverage, he kills us.
It's going to be a long day.
Brad, if you're a defensive coordinator? This is I hate death by 1,000 cuts. We've talked about it.
That's their philosophy, though. That's how he plays.
I hate
cover two and bend but don't break. And
bend don't break. Yep.
Bend don't break, and we're going to do it. And we're going to hopefully they turn the ball over and hold them to a field goal.
Wouldn't you rather play if you're a defensive coordinator against Tom Brady or Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers or one of these, or Josh Allen last night? Good God, the performance by Josh Allen last night was absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. Wouldn't you rather bring pressure, take your chances in man, than just sit back in a zone? Because that's what they did in Week 6, and Tom Brady picked the Eagles apart. I know that Tampa Bay's different and the Eagles are different, so many months later, but I can't do it with Brady, death by 1,000 cuts. I'd rather take my chances, sending pressure, blitzing the A and B gaps, and trusting my guys on the back end to play man coverage.
You hit the nail on the head. I don't think they have the personnel to do that.
Right. I'm with you.
So there's the thing. It's all about schemes and like good players make good coaches. When you have the personnel to do different things, that lockdown corner that's going to, take that guy out of the play, and you have a linebacker that can play 3 downs and is going to run with the tight end, and you have a 9 technique that's got his hand in the ground, is going to blitz, and you have to have a running back chip block him like a Watt. They do with Watt all the time. You have to have the running back stay in and double team the guy off the end. When you have guys like that, you can do different things. Birds don't have it. They don't got that guy. The personnel.
I just chuckle a little bit because you said something I would say pretty much 18 times a show for the past 7 years.
What's that?
Good players make good coaches, not the other way around.
Right.
There's a reason Nick Saban wins all. Listen, he's the hell of a recruiter, but he recruit all 5-star kids. All these big programs have 5-star kids. I'll take you. I'll take you. I'll take you. And okay. And they're also good coaches and good motivators of young men. But when I got good players, and when Johnny's better than Jimmy lining up across the side of you, and I'm going to beat you. I'm going to
makes coaching real easy.
I've become a real good coach then.
I think that, we've talked about it, and I'm on tomorrow night with my co-host Brad Ryer. We're breaking down the Super Wild Card Monday night game. We talked about, like, this is a playoff caliber offense in Philadelphia. I 100% believe that. It has room to get better, obviously. It's not a perfect football team, but this is a playoff caliber offense. Defense,
why do you say that? Yeah. Why do you say that? Like, so they're 0-6 against playoff teams, the Birds are. 0-6.
I think that's because we've gotten picked apart by the elite quarterbacks of the league,
but
are you just saying, like, because we're nasty and we can play playoff football?
We have a top 5. We have a top 5 offensive line. Maybe the best offense.
So we're number 1 against rush offense, which I love. I love it because they get the nasty. But they're 0-6 against playoff teams. Right,
but there's more to the game than just offense, is my point. So you said they don't have the personnel to play defense like defensive coordinator Rob Brinkman would say. What do they have the personnel to do? What would your game plan be against this football team?
Outthink them, out-scheme them. When I don't have the players physically to match up against other teams, I got to outguess them. So right now I'm a D coordinator and I'm guessing. So film, when they break film down, they break it down in 3 different ways. So you're breaking film down and say, okay, here's what they do by personnel groupings. It's all about personnel grouping. When they're in 22, they're in 10, they're in 12. That's all the 2 running backs, 1 running back, 3 tight ends. What do they do? So when they do that, what plays do they run in those groupings? What plays do they run in those groupings in the line down in distance, and then where they're at on the field? Red zone back, back to their end, 30. So then we break that. Then we come to 3 plays, and then I find those 3 plays are going to run. Then I find on my defensive call the 3 best defensive schemes with stunts up front and back end coverage. If it's going to be a 3 cloud or 2 cover 2 or man, whatever they call it, to match up, and that has to happen in 5 seconds. Yeah, I'm up in the box. I see, okay, hey, they got a guy. Okay, what personnel's in? Okay, 22. Boom. They look at the chart. Here's the call, and that's what they're calling.
When I was breaking it down yesterday and going over it, I do think we're going to see the 22 personnel, the double tight end. I think they have Gronk and they have Cameron Brate, who I think are very, very good tight ends. I think we're going to see that a lot for the fact that they're weak on the wide receivers this week, right? They're missing a couple guys. So I think you're going to see a lot of double tight ends. That's bad news for me because I do want to blitz up the middle, but if I blitz up the middle, I'm losing coverage down the middle for the double tight ends.
Yes. And Williams and Gronk run those routes better than anybody in the league.
They're great. Yeah. They're great. I don't want to see McLeod one-on-one with Gronk. That is a bad matchup for us.
That's going to be a long day for us.
That's going to be a long day for us. So what I was thinking, and you said it, is it's a chess match. You got to outthink them. Maybe we do something of if we do got to blitz, but maybe we don't bring 5 or 6. Maybe we only blitz 4 and drop a D tackle into the middle of the field to maybe cut the under of the tight ends. I don't know how that works per se, but we do got to out scheme him and outthink Tom Brady.
Listen, you're going and it's difficult. He's the best doing it. He's so smart and has been around so long. It's hard. It's going to be hard to trick him. Okay, so we'll try, and it won't work all the time. But if we get 1 or 2, and that's a turnover,
that's all you need.
That's all we need. And then, and people don't understand when they come up to the line of scrimmage, they call 2 plays in the huddle. Right. Okay, and if they come up to the line of scrimmage and one play that the first play they called is not the defense did a good job of guessing chess match. They check out of that and they're calling the other play.
Right.
So if you listen to the quarterback, he always goes up, Mike. He'll call it the Mike 35, and that helps the line, and that's why Kelce's so good. So he sets the line of how the blocking scheme, which protection we're going to. And then the quarterback plays off that and sets the whole play. And that happens on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, like you said, you got, 20 seconds, of the play clock to really figure that out. And that's where it is. Tom Brady has been through it all, has done it all. Those 20 seconds, there has been no one better in NFL history than Tom Brady.
Yeah,
in those 20 seconds.
And you see when he gets he's the best. And people are in the NFL that you're not open. They throw you open.
Right.
So he throws the ball and he gets pissed off because he goes, the receiver should be there. That's where the ball's going. And the receiver's not there. And that's why he goes, we worked out all practice. You got to be there. That's where you're supposed to go. And they don't go there.
And Rob, here's the little fact we were talking about a little bit before the show, me and Brad. Jalen Hurts is going to be the youngest quarterback in Eagles franchise history to start an NFL playoff game. That doesn't bode well, especially after watching who I think is a better quarterback, Mac Jones, last night. Just looked like the situation was a little bit too big for him in that game. Are we a little bit afraid of that?
No, I don't think the moment will be too big for him. And this is why Carson, what was the biggest game Carson played in college? I mean, he had all the tools, but you need that moxie. You need to be playing at Michigan, Ohio State, and playing in.
He never had a national televised game. Yeah,
never had that. Walk out. Jalen's been in big stages, so I don't question his leadership or his ability to get ready for a big game. Seize the moment. He will seize the moment. I just hope that his athleticism and he's able to, make all the throws today.
Yeah. All right, real quick, the actives and inactives. Nate Herbig won't be active today.
Oh, okay.
Don't know what his designation, and obviously Josh Sweat. Bucks, Sean Murphy Bunting, not going to play.
Oh. Okay,
Ronald Jones, not going to play. Leonard Fournette, not going to play. And track star from LSU, who looked like he was kind of going to fit into that Antonio Brown role. He's not going to play. He tweaked his hammy last week in Carolina.
There's a comment on the board asking how the Bucks run defense. Okay, Bucks run defense is number 3 to stopping the run.
Very good.
Yeah, and the Eagles are number 1 rushing, 165 yards per game. So that's going to be a nice test. That's going to be.
I kind of like that though, because last time everyone said the Eagles were going to fold up because they were playing the number 1 defense. The number 1 defense at the time was the New Orleans Saints, and the Eagles kicked their ass up and down the field for 60 minutes. So I mean, I think the Eagles are going to be able to run the football. I think the big question today is Jalen Hurts, can he step up and make 20 to 25 throws to win this football game? Because I think that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to have to do.
And that's playoff football. NFL playoff football is the quarterback going to step up and lead the team and not make mistakes. Don't make crucial mistakes. Don't turn the ball over in the red zone where you're getting points. And that's the key. That's the key of the game right there.
Yeah, 100%. And that's what we've been harping on all year long. And I don't need Jalen Hurts to go out and throw for 300 yards.
No, we're not asking
I don't need that. I need the 5 big throws on a 3rd and long or a 3rd and short where we need him to make a play. We got our resident Cowboy fan is coming in.
Stand out there in the cold.
Oh, boy.
Get him out of here. Oh, jeez, oh, man.
Why is it? So I went to a couple of Eagles games, and you always got that stinking Cowboy fan that's going to, wear the Cowboy jersey in the stadium and think he's going to not get harassed.
Yeah, and then if they say something, then we're evil monsters and threw balls of Santa Claus and then 1964, and we're the worst people ever. So you know what my pet peeve is these season ticket holders that sell their tickets to the opposing team's fans.
Yeah.
You should be not allowed to be a season ticket holder if you want to sell your tickets for a profit, that's fine. You better do your homework and vet whoever you're selling these tickets to and make sure that they are not going to come in and root for the Dallas Cowboys, because the Niners game was the Niners game in week 2, the home opener.
Yeah,
that's the worst I've ever seen the link. It was damn near a 50-50 split.
Niners,
Niners, and they took over. They went to Detroit, I think, too, and took over.
Yeah, when I was working the Ravens Steelers game this past weekend, I swear there was more Steelers fans than Ravens fans that game. It was crazy.
It's nuts. It's nuts. Yeah.
You're at all the Baltimore Raven home games.
All the home games. Yeah, there's two of us at each game going on.
So, what do you tell the people what you do, because it's super interesting.
Yeah, it's fun, right? So there's two. We're equipment inspectors. So there's 2 of us. I'm on the visiting side. There's one on the home side, and we're there before the game time. Usually an hour and a half, 2 hours before the game, and we're walk on the field on the sidelines and check and make sure that they're properly equipped. They're wearing the right pads. They're covering their knees. The sock sequence is the right socks. The birds will probably have black and white or green and white socks. They have to have the right proper socks. Shoes, they have proper shoes. The tinted face mask is a big thing. And then the color jersey hanging out, making sure they don't cover the Nike swoosh, because it's all about the marketing.
It's all about the money.
It's all about the money. People pay millions and millions of dollars for advertising this tremendous brand, NFL, and they want to make sure it's protected and the integrity of the game is there.
Now, do you go in the locker room and do the pre-check before they put their clothing on, or is this an after?
It's when they come on the field. They come on the field, and a lot of them will wear crazy shoes, or they'll wear the tinted face mask and come outside. And then when they go back in the locker room before the national anthem, they'll take it off and come and be compliant for the game. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That makes sense, and that's something that the NFL has to keep in check for sponsors. It's the same thing that we gotta do here on A2D. You gotta make sure your sponsors are happy, because those are the people that kind of pay the salaries of everyone behind the scenes.
Yeah, it was last game. It was cold, so they had the one of the, I think it was a John Deere or one of those fans that blow hot air on the guys on the bench. Well, you have to cover up the logo of that, because that wasn't, they didn't pay.
That's not the sponsor.
That's not the sponsor. So you got to cover it up. So it's fun.
That's funny.
It's crazy.
Back to some of the comments. Fly Eagles fly. Whatever happens, I'm proud of this team and confident for the future of the Eagles, minus a GM. Look, I don't know why. How can you hate on Howie Roseman right now?
Right now, he has been a top-notch GM for all his past sins that we have criticized him for. This year, he did a great job getting a team to the playoffs that no one expected, and has built up equity in capital for money for free agency and capital for draft picks going in and getting rookie contracts.
Everyone wants to say.
I don't know.
No,
I just
Go
ahead.
Let's disagree. Go ahead.
I disagree. I don't. I give him a C+.
Okay,
a C+. I just don't think that he's got a real good handle on. He's been lucky. I think we missed too much with the first 3 rounds over the last 3 years. 4 years.
You're right. You're 100% right. So, if there is criticism still, it's in the draft pickings. Yeah, it's in who he takes.
Well, isn't that the GM's job? I mean,
yes.
The only way that you can really, and if you look at the NFL, the way the structures with the salary cap and everything else, you can't miss with your first 3 round draft choice, because especially your first rounder, because you have the first rounders are locked into a 5-year contract,
right?
Especially quarterbacks, so they're still under that first rookie contract until they get some big money. That's the only way you can grow that team and grow around them and add a couple of free agents here and there to get a really good winning team.
But Brad,
and you can't, if you look at all these teams that spend $150, $200 million for a quarterback, everyone else is suffering. You can't go out and get the other players.
Yep.
Okay, Brad, I have a hard time criticizing the GM and giving him C+ when all he does is build playoff rosters. 4 out of 5 years in the playoffs with 1 championship. The only NFL franchise with a better resume than that, with a championship, is the Kansas City Chiefs. And by the way, the Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes, and the Eagles have done it without a franchise quarterback for the most part.
Well, they're lucky that the schedules they play in, the conference they play in. So,
there's some truth to that.
You can only play who you play.
Not my problem.
Yeah, exactly. You can only play who you play. But hey, listen, let's ride the wave and enjoy it.
Right, 100%. But to the point that I was making with Howie, and then I'll end it talking about him. But I can't remember another franchise who was in a playoff situation who going into the next year has 3 first-rounders and we have 40 million cap space. I don't know a playoff team that has ever been in that situation.
It's a great situation, and he must have pictures of someone over at with the Colts to get that deal, right? So and it just shows you how much Frank wanted Carson to come. They're probably looking at going. The GM. I don't know if you heard the interview with Chris, the GM of the Colts. I mean, I'm sitting at Carson. I'm going,
you're going to be going next year, buddy.
Hey, honey, the kids aren't going to school here next year.
Well, pack the bags.
Pack the bags.
Well, Chris Ballard, who's the Colts general manager, he's pissed.
He's pissed.
Because he thought he ripped off the Eagles.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And now. We're in the playoffs. The Eagles are in the playoffs.
He's the sucker that bought the snake oil. And then
he's like, okay, well, we're probably all we're gonna do is beat Jacksonville, and we're in the playoffs, and I win the trade, and then right after Carson hits that threshold of 75% that guarantees the Eagles a first-round pick,
Ball started going to the wrong uni.
He spits the bit.
Yeah.
His QBR
I
was
watched that.
4.
I watched that interview over and over. He is pissed.
Yeah,
he's pissed.
yeah.
He's pissed.
Carson Wentz, his quarterback rating last week was 4.
Yeah.
Now, to put that in perspective, 100 is perfect, 50 is average, and Carson Wentz was a 4.
Here's my thing with him. Great man, a good family man, good Christian, everything. He's just he lost the locker room. He just had to compete.
Right.
That's how he lost the locker room. You got to compete, and that's goes back from what I said. Competing at that level, at playing for a BCS program, you know, just compete. Like, the guys want to see you take the ball and have a little freaking edge to you, and say, you know, I'm going to come and I'm going to win this job back, or it's my locker room. And he didn't do that.
Especially the quarterback position.
He comes,
right? The leader of the team who everyone galvanizes around.
That's the alpha male. Him and the linebacker or the DN. You got to have balls.
Yeah.
Got to balls. Yep. Yeah. And they got to respect you.
And like, he comes off as such a goober in like his comments, and like, I don't know what it is with him being toxic or the guys not liking him. Maybe he's just, you know,
that type of personality.
Maybe he's a stone jerk off, and like, he hides it well in the public with his charity and his religion. I have no idea, but
I don't think he's not a jerk off. He's not.
Right,
He's not a jerk. He's a good man, but he just it's. You know,
something rubs people the wrong way about him. Well, and that's what it is.
In the locker room. In the NFL locker room, in the NFL this day and age. Yeah. You know, it's a,
But did he get coddled? Like, I don't understand how I can see what I saw from Carson Wentz in 2017. Should have been MVP, in my opinion.
It was MVP.
Should have been MVP. Would have been MVP. If he didn't tear his ACL. I think it went to Brady or maybe Todd Gurley that year. I forget.
It went to Brady.
Brady? Yeah. Okay, but how can you be that good 1 year for that stretch of 13 games and have a QBR of 4 in like 3 years, 3 years later
listen,
against a god-awful franchise like Jacksonville?
The mind is a powerful thing. It's all mindset. It's mindset. It's having the moxie and going in the locker room, just being prepared. You're right. His arm hasn't changed. His body chemistry hasn't changed. He's still the same guy, but from year to year, it's right here, right in your head.
You can have all the physical tools in the world, but if you're not there mentally, you're not good to anyone.
Boys, I've seen guys that go to the combines coming up here that look like Tarzan, play like Jane, but if you don't have it here, you ain't worth a shit.
Right, right. You're right. And you're 100% correct when you said that, and we're seeing that throughout Philadelphia here as we're going through with the Ben Simmons saga.
Yeah, I mean, look at Ben Simmons, right?
Yeah, so that's all mental with him.
All the talent in the world, but if you don't got it here and here in the heart,
the Flyers have been going through it with our goalie situation for the last God knows how long. And we think we got another one with Carter Hart, but it's just for some reason we can never find a goalie in Philadelphia for the Flyers. I don't get it. It is what it is. And that's the way it always been here with the fans and the pressure of Philadelphia sports. We need mentally strong men to play in this city.
Yeah, you can't. The old saying, you can't read the press clippings and listen to things. My question, I was talking to Mike Quick, and I asked that we were talking at an event. I go, listen, you think Coach was listening to? Remember, because he was throwing the ball every time. I said, you think he was listening to the radio and reading to start running the ball? He go, or somebody came knocking on Howie comes knocking on his door, or Jeffrey, comes knocking and say, you better start running the ball, or if that was his own choice. I was curious to see what his thoughts were. What he. You
have to listen to something of the media, but that makes a good coach though too. I praise him for that.
Thank God talk radio and the media wasn't around when I was playing, because it was crazy. I mean, in college and pros, I mean, this is it's tough to be a professional athlete in any town.
Yes,
because they kill you.
You got Twitter, you got Facebook.
They love you. They love you one day, the next day they hate you, and then you're out and about and doing things. I mean, you do something
You
wrong.
never have a personal life.
Just ask Urban Meyer. I mean, he's he can't do anything.
Yep.
Crazy.
You want to touch into yesterday's games real fast and get into the other games today?
I would love to because I
was impressed
the
yesterday.
Cincinnati Bengals.
Both games
You
were
said
very
it.
impressive.
I don't understand how you can.
I love Cincy. I love what they're doing as an organization. They've been they're cheap. They don't go free agents. They're winning it. I think they got their franchise quarterback. And he embraced the city. I love it. I love what they're doing.
Yeah, I think there was rumors after Marvin Lewis, departed there that they don't fix anything in the stadium. Their locker room is a complete joke.
They don't.
That franchise never put any effort, money, or support behind that team. And it's really nice to see them doing good.
It's going to Siberia. That's what they're in the league.
Right.
Cincinnati's like, oh, they drafted me. Oh, great. Okay.
I mean, if you want to break down the AFC and NFC coaches of the year, I think Nick Sirianni is the NFC guy, but he's second to Evan Taylor.
100%.
I mean, this is a team that had the 5th pick in the draft. Eagles had 6th pick. I mean, this guy's developed the quarterback. Jamar Chase is an absolute monster. Now, were the Bengals the 3 seed or the 4 seed?
I believe they were the 3. Correct?
I think 3.
I think 3 seed.
They were the 4. Ralphie, do you know?
I'm not 100% sure, but I thought they were the 3 seed.
It matters big time because
they were the 4th seed this year.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Cincinnati was the 4 seed.
Okay.
And Vegas was the 5th.
Okay.
So Buffalo's advanced, and wanted to talk about franchise quarterback.
That was a performance and a half.
They did not punt. They did not.
How about Vegas?
Field goal.
What's Davis do with that coach at Vegas?
We were talking a little bit. It looks like it's going to be horrible.
Yeah,
it looks like that's where.
But how do you fire him? He's done such a great job. The players love him.
Yeah, you talk about bringing in a college coach who has had some history in the NFL and putting him in a real bad situation. If he doesn't win right away, he's going to be criticized for taking a job from a guy who did win.
Yeah,
I wouldn't touch John Harbaugh with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, he's an interesting dude. His brother John's great down in Baltimore.
Down in Baltimore, great. He was an Eagles special teams guy. We loved him here. But Jim Harbaugh is a different animal. I think his personality is a little quirky.
Yeah, I think Harbaugh flirts.
He's crazy. He's sore. Yeah, he's crazy.
Harbaugh flirts with maybe the Giants and the Dolphins, maybe the Raiders too, and then
they're talking about the
Bears,
Chicago Bears. He played there for years, and
right.
So we got to wait for the GM to be hired there as well. So
yeah, there's rumors of him going everywhere. I mean, I think he's the hot coach on the market right now. So that's available.
But here's I talked to a couple University of Michigan grads I played against, and if he wasn't Jimmy Harbaugh, an All-American quarterback there, they would have fired him probably 2 years ago.
He'd been gone.
Yeah, and they kept him, and he making $8-9 million, and he donated some of his salary because of COVID, and kind of a noble thing. But so then all of a sudden he pulled, the music stops and he's out the freaking door,
Yeah, when he's got it good. Yeah, when he has it good right now, where he can really much
Ohio State. Now I'm out of here.
Yeah, he could name his price right now for Michigan. They give it to him, and now he wants to walk. It's a little strange situation.
Yeah, there's no loyalty, guys. No loyalty.
Yeah,
so I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the Chiefs are going to beat the Steelers today.
Okay, that's a big limb you're walking down.
Limb.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You think?
Big limb. Well, it's huge.
Big Ben can't even. I mean, he can't even walk out on the field anymore.
That man is taped up like a mummy.
So I was talking when the game last week. I'm talking to one of the equipment guys. He doesn't even practice. He doesn't. They just tape him up and he plays games. He doesn't practice at all.
Yeah.
So but that's being the 4 seed for the Bengals. So 2 and 3. That's gonna create a mega showdown between the Bills and the Chiefs, and then either the Bengals. They get a break because I think the Chiefs are better than the 1 seed Titans. Bengals are going to go into Cincinnati or Tennessee,
right?
Play the Titans, and they're going to go straight to the AFC Championship game. in my opinion.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I'm with you. Listen. Titans are a different animal now that Henry's back.
You want to talk about Henry?
Is he definitely back?
I'm pretty sure he's definitely back.
Henry is a grown ass man.
Yes, he is.
Listen, I've seen all the guys come through. He comes through. I took a picture and sent it to my son. I go, you got to see this guy. He's a grown ass man. His legs are up to.
His thighs are huge.
I would not want to tackle him. I really would. I'd see him. I go, whoa. I would not want to tackle him.
It's unbelievable because he runs you over and then he runs away from you.
He's got the speed too.
Both.
Yeah. It is amazing. It's fun. It's fun watching.
Yeah.
Even his presence, even if he's like 75%, I'm still throwing him out there and activating him from the Titans because.
The
you got
the game plan.
Like they say, in high school, you want to be the first guy off the bus, the biggest guy off the bus to see that he's that guy.
Intimidation factor.
He's that guy. First guy off the bus.
And the biggest guy, they have the smallest numbers on the front of their jersey. Like the
he's
intimidation
the
factor.
Go ahead.
For real, Joe Burrow's a pimp. I love the guy. He's got them crazy glasses on.
So what? Because he sunglasses and the cigar pimp.
Apparently, the man just has that swagger about him.
As long as it's a Monte Cristo he's smoking, that's all I care.
There you go.
Jake, he does a bunch of stuff here. He's one of our on-air personalities. He does social media stuff. He's a big LSU fan, so he's got a special place in Joe Burrow's heart. Bob Brickman, you're playing meaningful football, and our future moving forward is great. We have lots of ways to improve the roster. Couldn't agree more. We have a playoff football and a chance to win today with a big upside moving forward. Now, I disagreed to the poll that the Eagles will defeat the Bucs.
Right.
We're going to do our crazy parlay. Maybe we'll get creative with our parlay.
Guys, I agree with Bob. This is what are we talking about? It's playoff football.
It's playoff football.
Listen,
at the beginning of the year, this is all we want.
Oh, they 0-6 against playoff teams. They can't do this. The quarterback's not good. Listen, we're in the dance. That's all we can ask for, right?
But I really like the Eagles plus the points today.
Plus the 8.5. That's
8.5. 7.5. I've seen a bunch of different numbers, but this is a one possession game, and maybe it's a backdoor cover or something like that. But I would I would definitely put my money on the Eagles plus 8.5. Both these teams.
I'm going to change my prediction, guys.
We're all going to be having them winning by the end of this show.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy.
But no, listen. Like Bob said on the chat, it's going to be a fun day. It'll be a fun day watching.
Yes.
And watching them try to confuse the GOAT. Brady.
No matter what, Brad. No matter what happens today, the outcome today, this was a very successful season.
From where it started, absolutely.
I
thought I thought they made a huge mistake, and oh my gosh, what's going on? This is crazy.
Beginning of the year, I predicted them to have 4 wins. 4 wins,
right?
And we're in the playoffs. I couldn't be happier.
Like I say, we're playing with house money. We're playing with house money. We're talking about Eagle football in January. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
All right, I want to talk about.
You want to get to the hated Cowboys, which I think is the game of the week. Cowboys 49ers.
I know, it's the Nickelodeon game.
It's the Nickelodeon game.
Dude, the Nickelodeon game is lit.
Why do we, as Eagles fans, we just hate the Cowboys?
We hate the Cowboys.
We hate them.
I would say, look, I don't make I'm not rich by any stretch of the imagination. I drive a UPS truck. I'm a blue-collar worker. I value my money greatly. But, Brad, I would pay good-ass money to kick my feet up at one, hoot and holler, take down the GOAT, and then kick my feet up, watch the Nickelodeon game, have slime all over the TV, and the San Francisco 49ers send the Dallas Cowboys packing.
So here's my question to you. Not from here. I grew up in Chicago, suburbs of Chicago, went to Iowa. 2 things I don't understand. The Mummers.
Come on.
Like the Mummers.
Love the Mummers.
I don't get it. Grown-ass man getting drunk. Okay,
that's a tradition.
I don't get it. You got to be
sound like the mayor, bro.
Come on. I don't get that, and I don't get the hatred to the Cowboys. Like the passion for the Cowboys. I don't get it.
We would rather the Cowboys lose than us win.
I know, but why? Is it because they're so good
because you have a bunch of
because
I'll tell you why.
The star on their helmet. And,
I have a reason too. I'm gonna let Rob go first.
It's because you got all these front-running losers from South Philly, West Philly, Bucks County, Monco, Delco, Washington Township, wherever that should be Eagles fans that root for the Dallas Cowboys because they have 4 Super Bowls, 5 Super Bowls, 6 Super Bowls, whatever they have, 5 Super Bowls.
I don't understand. I'm like, why you I always ask.
Oh, it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting.
You were raised wrong.
And that's the only thing. That's the only thing Philadelphia and New York agree on ever. Because I hate New York. I think it's an armpit. I hate New York. I don't like the people. I think it smells bad.
I guess
Philadelphia is so much better.
Growing up in Chicago with if they had Packers jersey.
Yes.
Right?
How am I supposed to, but Brad, how am I supposed to respect you as a person if you're a diehard Dallas Cowboys fan from Delco?
Yeah.
So I
can't respect you.
I agree. I always ask them, I say, why are you a Cowboys fan? And I give them a chance to explain.
Star, bro.
I
fell in love with the star.
I like the cheerleaders. I like I like Roger Staubach. Oh, okay.
And here it is for me. Why I hate the Cowboys. They still, to this day, call themselves the damn Americans team.
America's team, yeah.
Well,
I can't stand that.
You know why that
more
is.
than anything else.
You know why that is, right?
I know why. It's Roger Staubach.
No, it's because they were the only NFL team to be brought them and the Raiders.
You're right.
No, in Canada.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's where that originates from. So them and the Raiders back in whenever TV started blowing up in the 70s or late 60s, the Cowboys were on every single week in Canada. That's why they are called America's team.
So
it's a joke because they suck.
Not because of the star or Roger Staubach or Emmitt Smith. It's a joke.
Why do people hate Tom Brady? Like
because he's the best.
Because he's the best.
But like I see a comment like he's the best. I saw Montana and he's the best, and he's a good guy. I mean, he's a relatively good guy.
Right.
I don't hate Tom.
He don't treat people like he's not. I don't understand why they hate him. He's good looking. He's got a great wife.
I hate Tom Brady. I do hate Tom Brady, but I respect the hell out of him. I respect the hell out of him.
Why do you hate him?
Because he's not mine.
Exactly.
Because he's not mine. And it's that simple. Yeah.
I love the guy. I'm a big
what
fan.
he's doing at his age is unbelievable.
It's nuts. It's
crazy.
absolutely crazy.
And,
crazy.
Brad, one more thing with the Cowboys stuff is you get these jabrones that are diehard Cowboys, Lakers, Yankees fans.
They like all the big nationals.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
And it just makes me want to throw up.
Yeah.
So I just want to. First off, I'm really excited for the Nickelodeon game. I mean, if I'm the only one that's excited for the Nickelodeon game, then that's fine. But the Nickelodeon game is.
I'm actually excited for it too. It's the one game where me and my kids will watch together and enjoy it.
You're gonna have Deebo Samuel running down. He's gonna run in. There's gonna be slime all over the TV, and then it's gonna happen again. And Jimmy G. So that game. Look, I look at this. I look at the game. Realistically, getting serious, break down the game seriously and somewhat objectively, even though I hate the Dallas Cowboys and I hope they lose 50-0. They're not going to lose 50-0. It's going to be hotly contested.
Yes.
But I look at this line.
They listen. Jerry Jones thinks he wants it. He does everything, and his son. They have a nice team they put together offensively and defensively, and they finally might have all the pieces. Dak, I worry about Dak, making the big plays, but this is their year if they're going to do it.
I've heard it all before with the Dallas Cowboys,
and that's the past the last 20 years. Yep.
But my thing is with the line. Holding it 3 all week, hasn't moved.
Right.
So Dallas is home. So that's telling me that if this game was being played on a neutral field, the game would be a pick'em.
Yep.
And I think Jimmy Garoppolo gets a lot of unnecessary hate. Is he Mahomes? Is he Mahomes? No. Is he Rodgers? No. Is he Brady, Josh Allen?
Why does
all he does is win football games.
Yeah, he's good looking and he's dating a porn star.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. He's
and the guy wins.
He
all
wins.
He does is win football games.
He can be on a cover of GQ.
Yeah.
That's why. That's why the haters.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was a giant mistake to trade up for a quarterback like they did last year.
And we were talking about it, right? The 49ers, Jimmy G's time there is done.
Yeah,
we all know that.
Yeah.
Lance is the guy there.
Yep.
At the beginning of the year, my number one target for the Philadelphia Eagles, give me Jimmy G.
Yeah.
I was not sold on Jalen Hurts. Give me Jimmy G in here, and let's get that little 5-year bridge gap quarterback who wins. And he's perfect. For a team like New Orleans or Carolina, a team that's like that can add a quarterback like him to maybe put him over the top, I think it's perfect.
Hell, then if you're asking for that, let's just go after Rodgers. Let's go. Let's go.
But Jimmy G's a realistic possibility. He's going to be available.
You know where Jimmy G is going to end up, right?
Where?
Indy?
Oh. That would be an interesting spot for him. Yeah. That would be an interesting spot.
Or New Orleans.
Yeah. New Orleans. That's where I think he's going to end up.
I think either way.
Yeah.
But let's make a run. Let's make a run at Rodgers.
I'd give up all 3 first-rounders if we could get Rodgers. I'm all in for that. You ain't got to twist my arm for that one.
I'm out.
I'm all in.
Nope. I'm not giving up 3 first-round picks for a 40-year-old quarterback. Nope.
Before we move on from the Cowboys, Jeff comes in here every week. He's our resident Cowboys fan who comes in here.
What's he
saying? So I do want to get his prediction. Jeff, what you got for the score? The Cowboys game. 27-23 Cowboys. I think that's a realistic cover. I think that's a realistic. Yeah.
So Jeff's got a Cowboys cover and an under.
Yeah.
How good that Cowboy? How good is Parson, that linebacker? Oh,
to me, we're going to regret not drafting that kid. Wow. DeVonta Smith is great. It's not a knock on him. But did you
know? I mean, seriously, I love linebacker play. I had no idea how effective.
Oh, I was begging for him, Brad. Before the draft happened. Micah Parsons was my guy. Yeah, my guy. I would have taken him at 6 if we stayed at 6.
Okay, yeah, he's really adjusted to the NFL game. Really has.
And then you got the nightcap Sunday Night Football.
Oh yeah. All right, Jeff Flair. Boy.
There you go.
Have a good one, all right, bro.
He's just sucking up.
Yeah.
Anyone on the boardwalk?
Yeah,
you get your runners. Yeah, you get your runners.
Joggers,
yeah. It's not as bad out there as people think. It's a little nippy, but there's no wind. It's real calm.
The rain and snow's coming in tonight, right?
Down here in Ocean City, we're only supposed to get rain.
Okay.
Hopefully no snow. A little bit of freezing rain. But we should stay safe from the snow this time.
Didn't you get like a foot when they said you were getting 3 inches last time?
Yeah, the first one we weren't expecting as much as we got.
They have no idea.
It's the only profession that you don't need to be good at to make money.
That's it.
And the nightcap is the Chiefs and Steelers.
Right.
I think we already kind of tipped our hand that Big Ben is washed and this
He's
is
done.
it.
I think the Chiefs roll.
You know what though?
Chiefs roll.
To Big Ben. I want kudos. He had a hell of a career.
He's a Hall of Fame.
He's a Hall of Famer.
He had a great career. Probably stayed 2 or 3 years too long. I think, maybe.
Right.
But that just shows you the loyalty with that organization, the Rooney family, with coaching and with players. And
Tomlin's been there forever.
Yeah,
and he's not going nowhere.
No, he's not going anywhere. But it's a tribute to that team and franchise and Big Ben. So hats off to Big Ben. Great career, Hall of Fame career.
And I wish him great. I hope he has a great game, and then maybe they shock the world. I would love to see that.
He just has to stay out of jacuzzis with underage girls.
Always have a little downside.
Big Ben was a little crazy in his younger years.
Yes, he was.
A little crazy.
Staying out of the jacuzzi with underage girl. I mean, easier said than done.
Yeah, he got a little crazy. Big Ben.
I mean, who among us hasn't? He's just like you said, everything's on Twitter and Facebook, and they're under a microscope.
Listen,
these
guys. If smartphones and social media was around years ago, whoa.
Oh my God, I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, guys would be, it'd be tough.
Yeah.
And then, are we doing a parlay today?
Well, can't really do a parlay.
Yeah, we
per
can.
se.
We can get prop bets.
All right. Let's.
We can get prop bets.
What are you doing? What's your prop bet today?
So are you a better, Brad?
Not able to bet with my position with NFL.
Okay. We do a little segment at the end of our show where we put a big Christmas list prop bet of every game that's happening.
All right.
So there's
So
only
give me some
4
winners.
games.
My son loves bet. So he's
So
pretty good at it too.
we always lead with a disclaimer: don't listen to us.
No.
Yeah.
We are not. We need
It's not a
disclaimer,
5-star play.
The rant booth is not responsible for any
That's it.
Money lost.
losses. Game.
Money
We'll
lost,
take
money
credit for all of our wins and all the things we say smart, but we're not responsible for that stupid.
But no,
stuff
so he compiled some stats. The Eagles are 0-6 against straight up against playoff teams.
Right.
Against the spread. Bucks are 1-4 against the spread against playoff teams.
Right.
The Bucks are 4-1 straight up. Eagles are 2-5 against the spread as an underdog, which they're an underdog.
Yep.
So
I like the birds.
The Bucks are 6-2 against the spread at home.
Everything's leaning one way, Brad.
So let's go. Let's go the other way.
Everything's leaning one way.
I like the Eagles.
Here, Nick, where you go? What's your
First leg. Eagles +7.
Plus 7. Oh, it's down?
Are you putting it in?
No, I don't have any. Alabama. I don't have any money on my account because
it's
Alabama.
down. so it started. It was 8.5.
It's down to 7. Yeah, it's down to 7.
Down to 7. So I got my guest handicapper Nick, my son.
Bring him on.
Bring him in. Yeah,
bring him on.
Let's go.
Hold right, here we go.
Yeah.
Hold on. Bring him in. Here, look,
What's his name? Nick.
Nick. Yeah.
How are you?
What's up, Nick?
All right, you help us put our parlay again. So I'm looking at props for the Eagles.
Okay.
So we got to kind of double up because what do we have? We'll throw the Monday night game in here. So we have 4 games left. That's 4.
Yep.
So then we'll do 4 prop bets.
5 prop bets, yeah, something like that.
So we'll do an 8-teamer.
Okay.
So I'm looking at Miles Sanders. His
TD?
No, his over under for rushing yards is 44.5.
Really? Why does that seem very low?
That's entirely too low. His legs are fine.
Okay.
His lower half's fine.
It's his hand.
It's his hand. So as long as he doesn't fumble the football, which he does, and find his ass on the bench, I think he's going to be fine. I think that's a stone over.
Okay.
He's first down back too. First and second down. He'll be there. That's an over. Hammer down.
I'm taking it. I'm taking it.
Love it. Okay. So then we're going to go to the Niners. Let's put in Niners money line.
Right.
Plus 145.
You want you like the Niners to outright win?
Out.
Okay.
Right.
All right, we're in.
And then I like the over in that football game.
Okay. Nick, where you feeling on this, Nick?
Birds by a billion.
What
about the Niners Cowboys?
Cowboys game?
I like Niners underdogs as well. And,
do you like them to outright win, or you want the points?
what are they at 3.5 now? Or 3?
3.
I got 3 right here.
Yep.
If you do 3, you got to buy at the half a point. You got to buy the half a point.
Okay. That's smart betting.
But I would say money line.
So we'll do money line, and then I am at I don't like that because I like Deebo Samuel to score.
Yeah, that's what I have today.
But it's minus 115. That's not getting my juices flowing. I'm a grand slam hitter.
Oh, all right, you want it all?
Right.
Maybe Kittle, because I don't know who's going to cover Kittle for the Cowboys.
So what do we have? So we have the over and the Niners money line. So we're up to 4 legs.
Yep. Let's do the Steelers Chiefs.
Okay.
Who you got?
I'm taking this Chiefs minus 13.
Is that a good bet?
I like opposite, but I can see why you guys like that.
I just don't see
you don't like the Steelers to outright win though, do you?
No, I sprinkled though.
Okay.
Sprinkled.
I like that.
Bets like me. I love it.
I like that. All right. What about Cardinals Rams?
My thing with that game is they just played a couple weeks ago.
Right.
And what was it, 36-10?
Yeah, it was.
I don't understand how it's going to be different.
Right. What you got?
I like the Rams.
Rams?
Yeah,
All right.
Rams.
I don't trust Kyler Murray or Cliff Kingsbury as far as I can throw him.
I'm with you.
So how many legs are we at?
That's 4,
All right,
6.
Let's steal a prop here. You
want to do
that.
Passing prop?
Hurts rushing too. Bucks aren't good against the. They're in
really,
good
but
interior.
it's up at 57.5 rushing yards. I think
that's a lot.
I think that's just too.
It's usually a 44, 47.
What about Jalen Hurts throwing the ball? Does he go over the 198?
I can't bet on that. Not with the win that they're projecting.
Well, yeah,
take the under.
I mean, if they get down big, he's throwing that ball.
That's true too.
But if they're up somehow,
right,
it's not hitting.
I'm gonna take the under on it. I'm taking the under.
All right, so I'm looking at Kyler Murray.
Okay.
Rushing yards.
Okay.
Over 38.5.
I'm all over that. Yeah, I'm all over that. All right.
No,
so there's our bet.
What are we up to?
That's it. We're done.
Got it.
Locking it.
I love it. I think this is gonna be it.
All right.
I think we're gonna win.
Those odds.
I love it. What do we got?
We never win these bets, by the way. Never win.
First time for everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Usually it's 12 legs because we're psychos.
Oh my god!
But it's only 8
today. It's telling me I can't do this parlay.
Why?
I don't know. Has to be same game betting. Can't do that. It's telling me I can't do that parlay.
Why?
I don't know.
So what do we have to take out?
It may have to be one from each game.
Might have to. You're right.
Depends what app you're on.
So what we need?
You're right.
So
That's what it has to be.
Take Jalen Hurts off.
Yep.
The passing one. So we need a prop from the Steelers and the Chiefs.
Kelce to score, maybe?
At -120. Darryl Allaire's hurt. Hold on. Is there rushing and receiving yard?
All right, I got it. I had to take the over-under off of the game. So $4. There, brother. Have a good one.
So we can't bet the Niners Cowboys over 51.5.
No. $5 wins us 57. So I'm in. Done.
Wait, what?
You got to add another 0 to that. 50.
Yeah, we only got 5 bets.
Yeah.
It's only
only
a 10.
I don't bet that much money.
It's only a 10. That's only 10-1 odds for a 10-team parlay.
Yeah.
Or a 5-leg parlay is only 10-1.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't care.
It's already in. We're done. Nick, you want to give us your final predictions here on this week while you're on? Who you got? What's your score for the Eagles?
I said 24-20.
24-20 Birds?
Yeah, Birds, yeah.
I like it. I like it.
What's the over-under on our game?
I think 49, 48.
49, I think. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
That's
everyone likes Bucks and over. I like Birds and under.
That's what you
I
got.
know.
I'm all over.
He's just
I'm
like
all
he's
over.
just like me. Everyone's zigging, the kid zags. I love it.
All over. Well, Nick, thanks for coming on, buddy. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yep.
All right.
Yo, guys.
Yeah.
All winning percentages go to the Nicholas Mattia College Fund.
There you go, buddy.
So pick all the winners he just gave you, Nicholas Mattia College Fund, baby.
There you go.
Right? No, he's good. He's a great handicapper.
Hey, guys, I just wanted to jump on real quick and ask you guys a question.
Yes.
So on Wednesday, we were talking about it a little bit. What is the target score the Eagles have to hold the Bucks to win this game?
Target score.
That's a good question for them to at least have a chance.
To have a chance to win this game. Yep.
Okay, so I'm saying 24. They got to keep them under 24.
I'm going to say 21.
3
24.
touchdowns. If you hold the Bucks, Tom Brady to 3 touchdowns, I think you got a good
But
chance to win.
So look at it. So I say 24 is the number, but I look at it as possessions as well. You got to limit Tom Brady to possessions. That's
been the running theme here the last couple of weeks for us going into the playoffs. Is I always felt in the beginning of the year why we got beat by those good teams that we're 0-6 against is because we didn't run the ball. Yeah. I think you can beat an Aaron Rodgers, a Tom Brady, if you limit their possessions by 2.
By possessions, yeah. And running the ball does that. Taking the ball out of their hand does that. So
not only do you limit their possessions, then you get them into the mindset, the small possessions that they do have, they're going to try to push the ball a little bit further to get 7 out of it every single time, which is going to make them more susceptible to interceptions.
Correct.
So I do think that limiting them in possessions is the number one key, not the points off the board.
Yeah. And the key, too, I'll give you another key to the game. Don't get behind the chains.
Don't get behind the chains.
Yeah, we can't go, 3rd and 6 and more, 3rd and 10. You can't have stupid penalties and I'm looking at 2nd and 15.
Right.
It's gonna be a long day. And that's what I'm gonna look for in the first quarter.
I mean, penalties are gonna be huge.
Penalties are gonna be huge.
Yeah.
How many big runs and big plays got called back from Vegas yesterday?
A lot.
I mean, every time Jacobs busted a run, it got called back for holding. Every time Carr made a play in the pocket, they were holding.
That's a whole different podcast. They hold on every play. It's just
they hold every play,
and they pass interfere every play, and they grab you. It's just when the flags come out, how important they are, and time of the game. So
the NFL, the NFL told that crew I saw this morning. They told that crew to go kick rocks. They're not reffing anymore.
They're done now.
Yep. Can you imagine? Yep. Yeah. But think about it. These are grown-ass men that are 40 to 50, 60 years old running with the best athletes in the world. It doesn't make sense,
And the speed that game's at. You usually don't have instant replay. You guys, that's all CI calls, and that's difficult.
It is very. And then they know they're getting second-guessed
all
of New York.
The time.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yep.
I got a couple of friends that are refs. Scott Halverson from Iowa. He's on the second crew of the ref. Not the main one, but the second runner-up.
Is he reffing this weekend?
He is reffing this weekend.
Yeah,
I think I could find out where he's at, but he's reffing
somewhere. All right, Ryan Swoop, he's checking us out on Facebook. I hope I'm wrong, but if Jalen Hurts doesn't get between 240 to 60 yards passing per game in the playoffs, the Eagles have no chance. In the playoffs, no matter, and he's crucial for Hurts. Unlike the regular season, they need to make it be about the run while still passing enough in order to keep the defense off balance and not be predictable. Again, I'm repeating myself. So he thinks Jalen Hurts needs to have 240 to 260 yards passing. Vegas doesn't really think that he's going to have that much, that an over-under 200 yards, which is just getting 200 yards passing in today's NFL.
Isn't it crazy all the different prop bets these
you can bet on crazy. I love the Super Bowl. You bet on the coin toss. You bet on the color of the Gatorade. Yeah. It's awesome.
So
they have.
Do you think that's a fair assessment by Ryan?
Yeah, that's fair.
240 to 260.
I like Ryan. Ryan, that's a pretty good estimate right there.
I do, and we touched on it a little bit in the beginning of the show. Is I do think Jalen Hurts has got to throw the ball down the field, but I do think it needs to be calculated on when they do it, when they take that shot. The little dink and dunks things, they're going to be there. We get that. If you're going to win this game, you got to take the shot.
But you even let's take a shot. You got to at least they got to. The coordinator has to say, "Hey, oh my God!" They at least give that impression that I'm able to take a shot.
The threat,
because if you have the safeties move up, which are going to try to stop the run, and the safeties don't have to worry about the ball going over their head, it's a different game. So
100%.
they're going to roll the safeties up to stop the run, and they're going to say, I'm going to stop what you do best, which is running the ball. You're going to beat me by throwing the ball, and until you prove that you can beat me throwing the ball over the top, they're not going to stop. So that's the ball's Jalen's. We win or lose with Jalen. That's the ball.
I agree. And the last couple weeks, that's been kind of evident in Nick Sirianni's play calling. He still is throwing the ball pretty decently in the first quarter to try to earn that respect to where in the second half we can do what we want.
Yeah, make adjustments.
And hopefully that happens. Now, we always get into we start slow and we're always down in the first half. I get that. That's okay. I'm okay with that.
Not today.
But not today. We're in the playoffs. You can't. Not
I'm
against Brady.
okay being down 10. If we go down 10 at halftime
you're done.
and it looks okay, I'm not
No.
against it. I'm
We
okay.
can't go down 10 with Brady because then you can't. We can't get behind.
He's gonna smell.
Get behind.
He's a great white shark. He's gonna smell blood in the water.
We can't get
Bruce
behind.
Arians gonna smell blood in the water.
Yeah, they're just you get behind, and then we're guessing that, on our side defensively, and he'll pick us apart.
All right, I'm just confident that this team has found a way to play from behind at the end of the first half and rally and make a game of everything and come back and win. I'm confident against any team, against anyone, to do that. Now,
Listen,
yes, it's Brady.
We're in January and we're talking playoffs.
It's nuts.
I mean, that's all I can say.
Yep. Sexy Rexy Ryan. He's on the Birds.
Yeah,
he's on the Birds.
Rexy, what's Rexy saying?
Rex Ryan. He's on. We don't have the sound on, but ESPN countdown.
Oh, he does have the game pick. He has the Eagles winning.
He's got us.
Ryan's agreeing with me. Exactly. There you go. He spelled my name wrong. It's Quast, not Quest.
Oh,
get it right.
Come on.
Get it
it's
right.
all on me.
Come on, man.
Take full responsibility.
Come on.
But all right, Brett. Like, did we sway you? Are you still on the Bucs? Like, what are we doing?
So
here?
Let's give the score prediction.
If I bet against the Eagles, my stepson here is going to kill me. So Nick, he's going to kill me because he dyes Eagle green.
Boy.
What am I going to do? You guys go first. You
Okay.
guys pick first. Okay.
All right. You want to go first?
I got Tampa 27-23. Eagles cover with an under. I get right. We're right there.
You're on it. Yeah. It's
We're right
49, 48, something like that.
Okay, so we'll go Tampa over.
Okay.
I hate being with the masses here, but I mean, I just don't think the Eagles are a good enough football team on the whole to beat the defending champs and the greatest quarterback of all time.
Guys,
I think they show up and keep it close, but Tampa is my selection.
I agree. Listen, what goes back and listening to this stimulating conversation with the three of us, it goes back. The Eagles are 0-6 against playoff teams.
It's hard to pass that. It's hard to miss that thought.
It's hard to do it. And we're playing good football and we're better, but we're 0-6 against playoff teams.
Like, this isn't Jake Fromm. This isn't Trevor Siemian. This isn't Taylor Heineke or whatever his name is down there in Washington.
Listen,
we
got to the dance. We got the playoffs. We got an extra week. But they're 0-6 against playoffs, and that sticks with me.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So here's my prediction, guys. You want it?
Go for it. Yeah, okay. Go for it.
Yeah. All right. 34-17.
Ooh.
Tampa.
Oh, that's an ass whooping, Brad.
34-17.
Oh, that's an ass whooping.
Huh?
Oh.
Yeah, that one's going to hurt. That one's going to hurt if that happens.
Ryan's going 31-19 Tampa.
Okay.
On Facebook. So,
okay.
34-17.
I'm going to shock a little bit of people.
What are you going to shock the world?
I'm not having the Eagles win. I don't think we win. But
okay. Backdoor cover?
I do see it as a closer game. I'm going 23-20 with us having the ball at the end and having a chance. And just not doing it.
And is Jalen Hurts going to be able 2-minute drill? You can't, you got to throw the ball.
Yeah, I don't think we do it.
Here's what happens. I'm going to watch the game here in 8 minutes, right?
Yep.
So if they're going to run the ball, if they throw that out the window and they panic and start throwing the ball, because this is where I hope the coaching staff commits and say, guys, we're first series, second, they stop us. Commit to the run. Commit. And if they don't abandon that and start doing all crazy shit on, then we got a problem.
Yeah, if you have that philosophy,
then it's going to be 34-17.
If you have that philosophy coming into the game where I got to match Brady point for point, you're going to lose. You're going to lose.
And then, like John said, if you're down 10, he's fine. Like, I'm not fine if they're down 10.
I'd be happy.
I'm not, if you get down 10 in this football game, especially early, don't panic.
Right.
Run the ball. That's what I think happened.
Yep.
Look at week 2. Remember week 2? Whatever it was. When would we play Dallas? Week 2, week 3?
I can't remember. No, whatever. 2 was 49ers, I believe, right? Or no?
2, 3. It was our first division game. But we played Dallas on Monday night, and they got down early by 14, and they just got throw happy.
Yep.
If there's 75% of the game left and you're down by double digits, you don't have to abandon the run.
No, we don't. You stick to the game plan and you hope that you can time out a touchdown, and then you need Brady to make a mistake. At some point, for us to have a chance, we need Brady to make a mistake.
Yeah, and which he doesn't do often.
No.
But that's why he's the GOAT. But
Yep.
I hope the coaching staff, they're young, that they commit to the run and they don't panic. Guys, they sit around and say, guys, listen, it's possible we can get down 2 scores pretty quick. Let's stick to what got us here. Running the ball, and play action and play good defense.
And just
bend don't break defense.
A couple quick hits from me that we didn't really touch on. Some key players game. I touched on Slay. I think Slay has a pick today. I'm outraged that he's not an All-Pro.
Right.
It's ridiculous. I think Miles Sanders. Look, Miles, you're a second-round pick. You're in a contract year.
You're supposed to be the guy.
800 yards rushing. Okay season. But if you want to be considered a big-time player in this league, if you want that big money, especially at the running back position, you got to bring it home here.
Yeah.
You're our lead back. You're drafted to be our lead back. You're a second-round pick. The fan base wants to love you because we got the Happy Valley Philadelphia chapter all over.
Right?
It just goes absolutely nuts whenever we pick someone from Penn State. Like,
we are Penn State.
We are.
Don't fumble the football. Run straight and have a big game. So I think that's
Yep. My 2 keys, Jalen and Cox.
Cox is mine.
Cox has to step up, and when he is single blocked, if he doesn't get the double team, he better bring pressure upside.
He's got to win.
He's got to win that the 2-gap, 4-gap where he comes inside over the guard tackle. He's got to win that. That's my key. He's got to have a big game today. And then obviously with Jalen, not turning the ball over and making accurate throws.
They're going to have to get creative up front without Sweat. Like,
yeah.
Can you play?
Losing Sweat hurts because now you're pretty much knowing you're getting double teamed Fletcher Cox, right?
Yeah.
Now they don't have to go outside and worry about an edge rusher. Now you know you're going to get double teamed down the middle.
It's kind of back in the day, probably before you 2 guys are doing. When you had Reggie White on one side, it made Clyde Simmons and Jerome Brown
so
on the other side, and Golick and Harmon. When you got a double team, the other guys on the other side of the line are single blocked. So,
and they look like Pro Bowlers when they're nothing really.
Can you line Fletcher Cox like at a D end?
Yeah.
No.
Can you line up?
No, you need him up the middle.
Yeah. They
but
move.
You got Milton Williams pretty good.
Can
he play D end?
I don't think.
I think.
I don't know. I think it's going to be.
Well, what is it? Ryan Kerrigan slated to start right now at D
I think
end?
you're going to get a lot of Gerald. Was it Gerald Avery? I believe, or I think you're going to get a lot of him.
At the end?
He's
been playing linebacker, and he's been doing a good job.
He's been doing a great job.
I think want to move him off linebacker?
I think he's your only other guy who can rush the edge. Yeah.
Yep. I agree.
I don't think Kerrigan can do it.
I'm just curious, and we'll find out in 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
We'll find out what philosophy or what their game plan, offensively, defense, are. We can, I'm curious to see what they come out and try to do with Tom Brady. I'm sure they have a game plan. Here's how we're going to try to confuse them, or we're going to play back. And I hope that they made the right choice, and we'll see what happens.
Yes, we will.
Win, lose, or draw. We're going to be right here, Rant Booth, next Sunday.
I enjoyed the show.
Thank you for coming on, bro. I appreciate it, man.
The show.
Good
stuff.
Anytime you want.
Always welcome.
I think the people should keep it locked here. I think we might be seeing a lot more, Brad. Thank you to our sponsors here down here at All Campus.
My agent's going to cost you a lot more money next. All right, guys.
And
maybe some free hats.
There you go. Yeah, I got you.
Get some Hawkeye hats.
You
got Hawkeye hats?
No doubt. I got them.
Brother.
No, we got Iowa.
Oh, yeah.
You got some Iowa hats? All right.
Oh, yeah. I got some Iowa.
You got my Hawkeye hats there? Good.
Yes, I do.
Thank you to everyone who liked, subscribed, shared, commented on the show. Thank you to Ralphie Delavecchio for producing the show. Does a great job per usual. It's game time, folks.
Let's go.
Game time.
Playoffs. Road to the Super Bowl starts right now. Go Birds. See you next week, everybody.